what I wanted to ask you to do was maybe to just give me a kind of line about each of the looks that you've done for us.
Okay.
So maybe if I just sort of flash them up to the screen and you can sort of tell me about the look and why you chose it. Because I think what's interesting is your edit, your take on other people's fashion, basically. I think is really interesting. Like why, what do you see in it? Why do you like it? So this is our first one.
Okay, so I mean, I'm a big Gucci fan. Mm-hmm. And I love Alessandro, and I love his work, and that dress was so beautifully made, and I love the print, and I loved its kind of classic sort of like chic lady vibe, you know, like it just reminded me of a really beautiful quality vintage dress. I mean, that was very, very smart and kind of proper and tailored, but a bit, you know, with a bit of pizzazz. And then we threw the Bottega coat over the shoulders because there was something about capes that started happening in the shoot. And so we kind of felt like it brought it, you know, it was very lean and kind of tailored. It was an incredible heavy jersey, and with beautiful buttons. And we kind of thought like, oh, that coat over the shoulders gave it that like sort of, I don't know, something else. But that was why we chose the dress.
Great, thank you. My favorites?
Yeah, well, okay. So that coat was a coat that like the day after the Prada show, or maybe it was even hours after the Prada show, I wrote to Verdi at Prada and I ordered that coat in yellow and in black moire for myself. So I was super excited about wearing that one because it was like my personal order. So I was quite anxious to see it. I was like, I mean, I knew I'd love it, but yeah, so that was my personal order from Prada, that yellow coat and the same version in black moire.
I love it. And
so this I think there may have been two versions of that cape that I wore, but that look from Raf was one of the ones I had loved from his video and his video presentation, which I just thought was so beautiful. I thought all the colors were amazing, and I loved the sort of sweat capes, like that sweatshirt but done as a cape. And I thought the idea of doing that kind of almost psychedelic print in all those weird autumnal colors was really fantastic.
Yeah. And the tattoo?
Oh yes. So I'm a huge fan also of is it Guillaume right? Is that, yes, Guillaume. And I don't know, he's the people at Patou, or he at Patou, sent me a pair of those feathered pants, like they have feathers on the cuff.
Yeah.
And I really love what he's done at Patou. And I think he's a really, like, just such an incredibly talented designer. And so such a big fan again. And when looking at like the show, I just thought like, ooh, that at-home vibe, that glamorous at-home vibe of a black cape and like feather trim pants. I just thought it was like fantastic. So very cocktaily, very chic, elegant.
Fabulous Balenciaga. I'm loving your in this shot as well.
Yeah. So actually, when we shot that look, one of the reasons we called in that look is the detail on the pants have like this kind of electric blue. They're like from a pair of training pants or track pants, and they've been kind of like, you know, Frankensteined onto a pair of trousers. And one of the reasons we called that look in was because of this beautiful tealy turquoise detail on the waistband. And when we were getting dressed, we buttoned up the jacket. You couldn't see the waistband. So, I mean, it's fine. I think the picture looks great, but that was one of the reasons why we called in that suit, was the big shoulders and that detail on the waist. And then stupidly, we covered up the waist.
Oh, I love this one as well.
So that was a bit of an odd one. So, I mean, I love it. I love the way it looks. And Julio, who I've worked with for, you know, a long time, worked with many years ago at Perry Ellis, and then after, when I started my company, he wanted to call in a Missoni, and he saw in that look, he was like, oh, I think it'll be very rock star. I think, you know, like kind of glam rocky, you wearing those jersey pants and this Missoni top. And so I was like, okay, I mean, let's go for it. So he had suggested, I mean, he was really involved in obviously choosing and editing all of these looks, but the Missoni was something that he was really keen on. And I really didn't get it at first, but when we put it on, then we threw this Raf cape in black over it. It did become very almost Mick Jaggery and like look really cool. So we loved it.
Yeah, it looks brilliant. Oh, I love this one.
Well, that was my favorite.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's probably my favorite. So when I saw that look from Jonathan Anderson, I just thought like that to me is what I would wear like at home on vacation when I didn't feel like getting dressed. Like just like this t-shirt with like elongated sleeves and this really great stripe. I mean, I love stripes and I love the combination of yellow and red. And I just think like, oh, it's like this like divine t-shirt dress.
Oh, we must talk about this.
So Heaven. So with that, I think, you know, we wanted to shoot something, and obviously I didn't do a collection for next season, but there is this Heaven collection, and I love the logo and everything. So I put on the sweatshirt, and then we didn't know what to put as a bottom, so I just we put the polo on as a skirt, and that made it very me. So I'll probably wear it that way. And of course, with the Rick Owens boots in pink, which I immediately ordered. I mean, I think I have about a dozen pair of those boots. Wow. But when I saw that pink, I was like, oh my God, I have to have them. So we ordered them that day, like on the spot.
This one.
This was another one when it's another Raf. And I just loved the size and proportion of that great red jacket. So, I mean, I love the whole look. I love that it was over this like velvet column that was like kind of very deconstructed, but the jacket and the shape of that jacket, I just thought was so fantastic. So,
wow.
Okay, that's my other favorite. So, I mean, I'm a huge fan of Hedi and Celine, and actually that dress I would really love to order in my size. I mean, I'd love to own that dress. It was so beautifully made. I mean, it was like as close to couture as anything I've ever seen. I mean, it was just, I mean, it's a simple, you know, like crepe de chine pleated dress, like quite frumpy in a way, but so the make is just beyond.
Junior?
Yes. So that was another one where I just thought like, it's like an evening cape. But I loved everything about it. It was so clever. The construction of it was so clever. And basically what it was like a black trench coat that morphed into a motorcycle jacket and sequins. And I thought that Junya Watanabe collection was really, really brilliant. Like I loved everything about it. And I'm a big lover of sequins, anything sequined or with paillettes. And I love them day or night. I mean, I actually, the last couple of weeks I've been sitting around the house in Comme des Garçons sequins from a few collections ago. And I just think, you know, it's nice to sparkle and shine, and I love it.
The Gucci?
Again, like that, the graphic sort of pattern, the checkerboard, the velvet suit. I just loved, again, it's like sort of bold graphic pattern and appeal. All right. Well, I'm happy to talk to you. Enjoy your weekend.
You too. Thank you.
Be safe and well.
Thank you. You too.
Okay.
Take care. Bye-bye.
Take care. Bye-bye. Thank you again.